Morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and today is February the 7th. I'm going to do your February the 7th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Today is going to be a great day for you. Okay, February 7th. Recovery makes us more resilient. As we progress, we learn that we can always begin a new journey in recovery. And we can start over whenever we need to. We don't need to blow up our lives to get a fresh start. Living Clean, Chapter 3, Spirituality in Action. Life on life's terms comes with some inevitable setbacks. Recovery gives us choices about how we deal with those occasional stumbling blocks or misfortunes. Do we summon our inner drama queen, back ourselves into a corner, and turn a minor setback into a full-blown catastrophe? Sometimes, yes. And sadly, relapse can be part of that story. Fortunately for us, recovery makes us more resilient. We learn we can reset our attitude instead of resetting our clean time. We're reminded that change is the only constant. Life's challenges don't end when we get clean. Rather, we learn to respond to change and challenges in a different way. Summarized by one member: get knocked down 3 times, get up 4. Early on, it may have taken a toxic relationship or some regrettable financial mismanagement for us to reach for the reset button. Our tolerance for emotional pain or spiritual disconnection lessens over time. However, our setbacks are less dramatic because we're quicker to get into the solution. We accept new realities more readily. Instead of resisting the storms of life, we learn to bend with the wind. The 12 steps offer us a spiritual path through life. It crosses the same rough terrain, but we become more sure-footed. We navigate the obstacles and have the courage to explore uncharted territory. With the support of our fellow members and our higher power, we may stumble, but it gets easier to get back up. With the hope that our best days are ahead and the courage to make that so, we dust ourselves off and continue our journey. I will recognize the sources of my resilience today and be grateful for all that contributes to my ability to put one foot in front of the other. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Recovery does make me more resilient, and I'm sure that you can say the same. Initially, when I came around, I had my feelings on my sleeve, and so really couldn't say anything to me without rubbing me the wrong way or igniting some inappropriate behavior, because I really wasn't, uh, I really didn't have the ability to express emotions without tapping into that more violent side. Very passive aggressive. I would take it as long as I could take it. But on the day that I would blow up, everyone got it. And it wouldn't be long after that that I was remorseful, upset with myself, ashamed, didn't want my face to be seen. How could I do that in a meeting? Those were, the earlier days. And even then, I was so full of righteous indignation and piety. I really thought I was standing on some spiritual principle of what was right and wrong and defending, the helpless. And oh man, I had so many thoughts about why I could be a vigilante. So many reasons for it, so many justifications for it, rationalizations. And someone would pull me up and say, that right there, you better be glad someone didn't call police on you. Right? And I began to see my behavior. I was saying one thing, but two wrongs were not making a right. I needed to adjust the way that I responded to them. But I knew that I could not adjust my response without adjusting my thinking. And there is where a new ideal could not be grafted on a closed mind. I began to open my mind, and new ideals began to be grafted on my brain. My thinking started to change slowly but surely. Oh, yeah, I threw up some blocks there, but slowly but surely, a new way of thinking became the predominant way of thinking. And I found my behavior changed. And quite honestly, it was the 12 steps. It was the surrendering to working the steps with a sponsor. So my comeback time, my setback time has been greatly reduced. My setback was never let me go do drugs, but for some people it is. For some people, their setbacks absolutely have included relapse. My relapse was in behavior. My relapse was in isolation and alienation because of the shame of my behavior. I would pull back from meetings, yeah. Disappear after causing a storm in a meeting. And then finally, when I had gotten set straight or gotten over my own embarrassment, go back. It's really not any different than the individual. It is different, right? Because when you pick up the drug, there's always that potential overdose or being caught in the lifestyle. Part of the lifestyle is running your car into a tree or running a red light because you're high and not paying attention. I mean, there's lots of things that picking up the drug makes it a lot more dangerous than picking up some of the behaviors, right? But we're not gonna, measure them one against the other because it can be very dangerous. Getting in people's face at meetings and yelling at them, turning over tables, and it could be very, very dangerous. Sleeping with people that aren't your mate or is, someone else's mate. And so we all have these experiences of setbacks, of relapses, if you will, whether it be in behavior or with drug. And those setbacks, hopefully, for all of us, the setbacks, our setbacks are becoming less, but the time period between the setback and the comeback is also becoming less. That's what we want. We want progress. So when you take a hit and realize that you need resiliency, you need a firm mind that says, no matter what it looks like, no matter how bad it gets, I'm going to still stay present for my recovery. That's resilient, right? And with that, that's a lot to embrace and to be proud of and to be grateful for, to smile about. There's people that I've encountered, man, just the way that they share about what they've passed through just pulls at my heartstrings. I mean, I think I can count about 4 different people that I personally know. I mean, I personally know them. I don't hang out with them every day, but right now I can count 4 people in recovery that the main thing that they're dealing with right now is grieving the loss of their parents, their mother in particular. And it's amazing to me to know all of these people. And I guess like a couple of them probably know one another, but to know all of these people and the vibe, the issue, the setback, right? The topic, the distress be the same exact thing, but they're doing it. They're doing it. And in the case where a couple of them know one another, one person lost their mother, I don't even know how long ago. And they got decades clean. And they're still dealing with this. They say every day they deal with this, grieving their mom. And they're able to reach to the newcomer that hasn't reached a year yet and help them deal with their pain. And just watching this bond of the therapeutic value of one addict helping another being without parallel is amazing to me. It's a wonder to watch. It just fills my own heart up with gratitude. It fills me up with um, goodwill and a desire to want to do more service and to be more authentic about my sharing so that whoever is out there that is struggling, that they understand you're unique, right? You're definitely unique in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways, when it comes to this recovery piece, man, it's like having someone else read your email. We have so many similarities. We have far more similarities than differences when it comes to our recovery. So I hope that you are encouraged today. Be grateful for all the things that you have passed through. Because those things that you have passed through, they didn't kill you. They made you stronger. And if you're listening, willing to bet they didn't kill you. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. You've been in the flow today, so get out there and do something mighty and wonderful and make February 7th magnificent. Magnificent.